Fever fan, Caitlin Clark fans sticking together and no showing the games and boycotting the game and this and that. And man, oh man, this picture doesn't spell good news for the WNBA. I'm just gonna blow this up here. This does not look good. This does not look good. You can see empty seats all over the place. All over the place. The upper deck is completely, you see these seats up here completely empty.
The WNBA has officially entered a state of unprecedented shock. Right now, the entire basketball community is witnessing a financial and cultural crisis that league officials never anticipated. For months, the sports world has been consumed by debate surrounding the physical treatment of generational star Caitlin Clark. However, after a highly controversial incident involving Alyssa Thomas left Clark on the floor, the reaction from fans and corporate partners intensified dramatically. League executives reportedly attempted to manage the narrative, downplay the controversy, and dismiss public outrage as part of normal competition. But they underestimated the power of the fan base. In a stunning development, arenas across the country are reportedly seeing unusually low attendance. Thousands of empty seats during nationally televised games have sent a powerful message, creating serious concerns about the league's future growth and financial stability. As frustration continues to rise, many fans have called for accountability, while television ratings and public sentiment remain under intense scrutiny. The growing pressure has reportedly forced action from the highest levels of league leadership. Breaking her long-standing silence, WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert addressed the controversy publicly. During a high-profile press conference, Engelbert spoke directly about league culture, player conduct, and the challenges facing professional women's basketball. Her comments immediately sparked debate throughout the sports world, as fans, analysts, and executives continued to discuss the future direction of the league.
Look at all these empty seats, man. Now, granted, this is before the game, but geez. You seen how it was in the previous slide I showed you. This is wild, man. Way to run off a fan base. Way to ruin the golden goose. Congratulations, idiots. Congratulations. Speaking of idiots, we got to get to what Nate Tibbetts had to say. Nate Tibbetts addressed the flagrant foul situation with Alyssa Thomas. Let's see what he had to say. Nonsense.
I'd like to address the AT situation. First off, the Mercury organization would like to let AT know that she's 100% supported by us. The people in this league know who AT is.
Yeah, we know her to be dirty. We know her to be dirty. We saw her choke slam Angel Reese. We saw what she just did to Caitlin Clark. She's the reason Napheesa Collier is still out of basketball right now. Pardon. She's the reason Napheesa Collier is still out of basketball right now. Like right now. So we're not about to sit here and act like, oh, we know who she is. She's some angel. Hell no.
League leadership is reportedly facing growing pressure over concerns about how some of the game's biggest stars are being treated. Critics argue that ongoing controversies and physical play have created difficult questions about player safety, league image, and long-term growth. According to reports and public reactions, the situation has sparked intense debate among fans, analysts, team officials, and league executives. Some believe stronger action is needed, while others defend the competitive nature of the sport. Meanwhile, concerns about sponsorships, television partnerships, and fan engagement continue to fuel the discussion. As the controversy grows, league officials and corporate partners are closely monitoring the situation, knowing that public perception could have a significant impact on the future of women's basketball. What began as an on-court debate has now become a much larger conversation about leadership, accountability, and the direction of the league moving forward.
I mean, the fist in the throat is crazy. It's crazy. It's dangerous. The landing spot, when you went to review it, and she still comes down on top of another foot, how do you screw it up again? You're coming in here aware of what happened 2 nights ago? And that still happens? Absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. and the reckless closeout that they actually reviewed, and the foot still comes down on top of the defender's foot that wasn't upgraded, absolutely disrespectful. We have a generational talent and a WNBA superstar who had 2 cheap shots right there that weren't called. And I just say again, absolutely unacceptable.
Caitlin Clark got to fight one of these women. She has to fight one of these women. Now they will know the next time they try you, they are going to have to fight. You might lose, but they're not going to want to fight you every single time. And the fact of the matter is, they treat you like a roach that's intruded into their house. And a roach that steps into your house, you step on. That's what the hell you do to a roach. And right now, Caitlin Clark, the WNBA athletes, they treat you like an insect. They just flick you around, they step on you, they shoot you around, they whoop you into the dustpan, open the window, and throw you the hell out. I'm not even saying fight them.
What makes this growing crisis such a challenge for league leadership is that the unwritten rules of the locker room are now being discussed publicly. For years, player disagreements and internal tensions were largely kept behind closed doors. Now, fans are paying close attention and demanding answers. As concerns continue to grow, league officials face increasing pressure to balance internal relationships with maintaining public trust. Many observers believe the situation has become a major test of leadership, transparency, and accountability. With every passing day, the debate becomes louder. Critics argue that the longer the controversy remains unresolved, the more questions arise about the league's ability to manage difficult situations involving its biggest stars and most important storylines.
A no call. I thought Stephanie White did the right thing. She should have gone off. She needs to protect her superstar. That's her right. Completely. Absolutely. I also do think the league should probably review this. I don't have information on if they have started that process or not, but I think that maybe would be a good call, considering some of the images that have come out from this. I'm not calling anyone a dirty player, but it did feel a little bit like a cheap shot. So I agree with Stephanie.
Well, the NBA, if the NBA is going to review calls, you're saying the WNBA can review calls and act retroactively and make sure that you hand down appropriate punishment where you deem necessary. That's how you get able to police the league. You don't just let the game end and say, okay, well, that happened. There's nothing we can do about it now. The NBA says, no, we'll revisit the situation and we'll come back and revisit you if the film shows us that you're culpable. And that's what the WNBA needs to start doing, because you're not the NBA. You don't have an 11-year, $77 billion contract. You are building the league. You just reached an incredible collective bargaining agreement. You understand they did a great job with that. The league is growing, and it's reaching some of its aspirations, no doubt, but there's still a lot more work to be done. Don't get in the way of the cash cow. You don't sit up there and pave a way for her and don't compete. Nobody's implying that. But you certainly ride that tidal wave of popularity and use it to your advantage to build the game, not compromise and hurt the game by taking her out whenever you get the opportunity.
Her season is officiated like UFC.
Exactly. It looks like prison. It looks like jailhouse basketball in the WNBA during a regular season game. It's disgusting.
There's no eye gouging, but almost everything else. So, and she didn't have great communications with players, according to players. So last night, Caitlin Clark, there's a hand to her throat. Nothing's called. Here was Stephanie White, the Fever's head coach, on the officiating.
Test, how do you...
And Fox, I've had great management, mostly. 35 years in this business, the one thing I look for that's a problem with management, if you let little problems fester and become big problems, or you can't solve pretty easy stuff, that's the WNBA's commissioner and the WNBA product. The officiating's horrible. Caitlin Clark's too often a target. I mean, the 30-year poster is just icing on the cake. You can't figure out a way to put your most popular player on it. If the NFL came out with a 30-year poster today to commemorate the last 30 years, and they did it a few years ago, yes, they'd have, Brady and Manning and Favre. I can guarantee you they'd have Mahomes on it.
Exactly. But that's the difference from a professional.
He's bullying Caitlin Clark because she comes off as soft. She comes off as weak. She comes off as a brat. She comes off as too...
or she just wants to play basketball and it's a bunch of goon and thuggery going on right now for no reason. Are we basketball players or are we gangsters? That's what I'm asking, because it doesn't make sense, a lot of this stuff that is going on
that way. And the reason why she's tried that way is because those women know that they can get away with it, right?
Correct.
So of course, if I'm talking to my son and he's getting picked on at school, right? And then like,
no,
because this is my thing. This is my thing. Acho. Caitlin Clark deciding to fight back and receiving the swiftest right hand to the jaw west of the Mississippi we have ever seen would be a terrible thing for the league. I'm sorry, it can't, because I'm telling you, the reason they're trying them, hold up. The reason they're trying her is because, I wish she got mad enough to come at me. I wish she did.
I'm glad. Hold on, I'm glad
that's not a good idea
for this. Not yet, TJ, but I'm glad we have my dog in the building for this, because TJ was quick to step into a fight. Is someone who's not a fighter, take it from me, people try you until they realize you're actually about that action. And the moment they realize, oh, you're actually about that action, they stop trying you. This is a true story. My coach was coaching Zach Thomas, Hall of Fame Zach Thomas, linebacker for the Dolphins. The first day of practice,
Panic inside the front office has reached a breaking point, with emergency meetings reportedly taking place around the clock. League officials now face a difficult decision regarding Alyssa Thomas and the growing backlash from fans. If a historic suspension is handed down, it could trigger frustration among veteran players who feel the league has turned against them. If no action is taken, concerns about declining attendance and sponsor dissatisfaction may continue to grow. Many fans believe the system is facing a serious challenge. Questions about league leadership, player treatment, and competitive fairness are now dominating the conversation. Do you think the league has handled this situation correctly? Has the controversy surrounding Caitlin Clark changed the perception of the sport? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest basketball news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.